Hey there! Today's day 10 of my 30-day video challenge, and it has been so much fun. I'm really enjoying it. And what I want to do today is answer a question from the Ask Katie video that I released a few days ago, requesting that you leave a comment or question with something that you would like guidance or feedback on in your life. So I'm going to actually today answer two people's questions because they're along the same lines. They're very similar. So the first is from 808 Galaxy from YouTube, who essentially is asking me, do you have a long-term plan or vision that you want to manifest? Or do you feel that by surrendering to the present moment, you have access to a higher intelligence that now runs your life? So essentially, do we need to be more proactive in manifesting our destiny or our vision, or just become more present and allow it to unfold? So I'm going to answer this one first, and then it'll tie into the next question. So 808 Galaxy, both of these are super important. So it's really critical to be present, because the present moment is all we have. It's really all we are. There is no past, there is no future. The present moment is our access point to reality, to our authentic selves, to our true power, our potential, our creative flow. And so, yes, it's important to really practice trusting the moment and trusting that all will unfold as it needs to in the moment and as it's meant to, without needing to control everything and strategize and plan it all. That trust and that surrender is very, very key. And at the same time, it's also important to have a direction for where you're headed. So we can have a direction or a vision of what we want to create or who we're becoming. And with that, though, what's also key is to not be attached to any of the details along the way. You don't need to figure out the how it's going to happen, the particular path it's going to take, who you're going to be partnering with, what it's going to look like, all of those details. You don't want to spend your time trying to figure out and trying to control. Just have a direction of where you're headed and trust the flow. Trust the process, because life's always moving and flowing and changing. And there's detours, and I do believe that if we're connected to the present moment along the way, we will know intuitively and naturally the best path to get there. So it's not going to come from the mind, it's going to come from our connection with the present moment. So, as you can see, it's both. It's both. So, and I also want to say that too, your vision for the future is really just a vision, and that can always be changing and evolving too. So you may have one idea now of a direction you're headed in your life or your business or whatever, and then maybe it changes later on down the road. I know that my vision sure has evolved. So it's really important to be open and flexible. So be present with direction. And again, as you're moving forward, you're still proactively taking action. You still have to show up. You gotta show up. You can't just sit there and be present and meditate all day or sit in a cave and expect that your vision is going to just manifest on its own. You still need to show up and take action, but with that action, you want to just allow the present moment and who you are in the present moment to unfold naturally, and trust that process, to trust your inner guidance, to know which direction is the right way. And our inner guidance comes from being connected to the present moment. So yes, take action. Yes, be present. Yes, have a vision. And I guarantee you that you'll be able to not only create eventually what you want in your life, but you'll be so amazed at all of the magic that can really unfold when you are that trusting and that allowing of life and of the present moment. So next, Yuki left a comment on my blog, and so she's asking, essentially, I have a vague vision but still don't know where, how, and with whom, etc. So she's really interested in learning about my vision for the next few years. So Yuki, same thing. So again, being present in the moment and also having a direction for where you're headed, but not being attached or needing to figure out any of those details with the how, the whom, the where, etc. So you're doing it perfect. You are totally doing it perfect. So for you, Yuki, and for everybody else watching this video, I'll share a little bit more about my personal life vision. And just so you know, I'm definitely not an expert on creating visions. This is not something that is my expertise. So I'm just really going to share with you what's alive for me here and now, and hopefully inspire you to also create your vision as well. So for my life personally, I like to focus on a way of being. So how am I showing up? What is my vision for how I want to be in the world, which is something that I can commit to and fully embody here and now. It's not necessarily something for the future. So that vision for me is to be more awake, to be more conscious of who I am, who I truly am, my authentic self, not my image of who I thought I was. To be more fully open and connected to people, to the planet, to life around me. To grow and evolve, to be free within myself, to really be and embody love, unconditional love as much as I possibly can. To really be fully self-expressed and also to serve. And when I say I'm committed to serving, that's something that's a here and now, moment-to-moment commitment. Because, yes, it's great we can serve in our businesses, and that's so important. And we can have a future vision of how we want to really make a contribution in the world, which I'll share later. But it's also key to really connect with how we can serve each and every moment, whether it's serving ourselves or it's serving the people around us in our lives, or whatever that means in the moment, but serving is also something that can be a moment-to-moment commitment. Now, as far as my contribution of what I want to create in the world, my vision is really to help millions of people really awaken and feel much more connected to themselves, connected to life, to feel love, and to feel empowered in knowing that they can create the lives that they truly want for themselves. And within that, I would love to help facilitate and connect, conscious entrepreneurs and leaders and visionaries all over the world in coming together and collaborating, co-creating a new way of life that is more environmentally sustainable, that is more socially just, that is more meaningful and spiritually fulfilling. And it's really something that I feel very called to be a part of. And I know that the way that our society has been working is not really something that is serving the greater good. So I want to help facilitate this connecting and collaborating to create a way that is for the greater good. Do I know exactly what that looks like yet? No, I don't. And that's okay. It's just having a direction of this is where I'm headed, and I'm going to trust and allow whatever is meant to be, whatever is meant to come through in the moment to just happen and to unfold. So this is definitely a part of my bigger vision for how I want to contribute, and essentially at the core of it, to help as many people as possible really feel and know that we are all connected. Nobody is just an isolated, alone human being on this planet. We're all part of a greater whole, a greater human family, a greater planetary family. And so again, I don't know exactly what that looks like, but that's my vision. Now, as far as my personal life, like some dynamics in my personal life, I definitely want to be a part of a very conscious, loving community myself. I want to have a family. I want to have kids someday. I want to, really be financially free, to have time freedom, to be, really enjoying my life to the fullest every single moment, and to be healthy and vibrant as much as I possibly can. So these are just some things that are alive for me right now. And I'd love to hear from you now. I'd really love to know what your vision is. And again, you don't need to know all the details. You don't need to know how you're going to get there or what it's going to look like, but just the end result of something that you're moving towards. So thank you. Would love to hear from you. Leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll talk to you soon.